We're at Carlsbad Caverns National Park, which is located in the extreme southeast corner of New Mexico, about 2 hours north of El Paso. The thing that makes Carlsbad Cavern itself so unique is that there's such an extreme difference between what you see on the surface and what you see underground. The cave itself is between 3 and 5 million years old. And there's two different basic tours that you can do there that are self-guided. One, you simply go down the elevator. The other one can actually go down the natural entrance. The two main tours in the cave are self-guided. The natural entrance tour and the big room tour are self-guided. And currently we have right around 21 miles of cave passage. Of that 21 miles that have been mapped, there's about 3 to 4 miles that are actually available on the regular kind of tour package, and that includes things like Lower Cave and Left-Hand Tunnel, which are the alternate tours that you can go on. But as far as areas accessible to the visitors, it's in that range. But what that does is actually gives you a view of pretty much all of the really impressive areas of Carlsbad Cavern. There aren't like any other big rooms hidden off to the side, but the majority of the cave that's very impressive and that the visitors would really like to see is actually shown on the tours. And that's one thing that's actually unique about this cave, is not only that you get to see most of the good stuff, is that places like the big room are actually accessible to wheelchairs. There's very, very few caves where people who are disabled can actually go in and experience the same kind of thing as people who aren't. And this is one of the few examples, not only out of caves, but really in the park system, as far as where you can see the primary resource. The discovery of the cave was credited to a cowboy by the name of Jim White. He was the first person to really do any deep cave exploration. Behind us is the natural entrance, and this is where the bats actually fly out in the evenings, and usually they're doing that between about mid-May through mid-November is when they're the most active coming out. The thing that drew Jim White to the entrance of Carlsbad Cavern was this large column of bats that would come out every evening. Well, he made the logical conclusion, if there's a large number of bats coming out of this hole, there must be a pretty big hole underneath. And National Geographic in 1924 actually ran an exploration expedition into Carlsbad, and the tales of that exploration and the photographs that came out of that are really what drew attention to this cave and led to its declaration as a national monument and then subsequently as a national park.